Sacred Deathcare is about a new way to think about and look at death and loss. And the questions really are that I'm asking that really fuel what I do are two. Well, one question with two parts. How does it change how we meet death and loss if we approach it, first of all, through a relational lens rather than an individual lens? That this is a systemic experience, that everybody involved is involved. It's not just a dying person or just a grieving person. There's a larger systemic approach. So even with death, there's the dying person and the person left behind. It's like the person who has the baby and the baby. We need to care for, both aspects of that, plus many more. So that's the first thing, if we include that as a fundamental assumption. And the second is, what happens if we also consciously address the spiritual, energetic, soul dynamics of the process and take as a fundamental premise that some aspect of who we are continues on after we die? We're not questioning that. It's a question. It's a bigger research question. What happens if we take that as an assumption? Does that lead us to a more healing way of meeting death? And so these approaches are informed by a big body of teaching and information. Modern consciousness studies, so studies of near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, remote viewing, that whole field of research, which is very robust, informed by ancient wisdom traditions, particularly Buddhism, but many others, also that, have deep teachings from a kind of sacred science research place about how the body and soul unwind. What is the nature and experience of reincarnation, right? There's powerful teachings in there. It's informed by indigenous and nature-based spiritual traditions with the premise that death is part of a natural cycle. We are part of nature. We can lean in to that energetic dynamic when we approach death, and it can support us. This work is also really deeply inspired by lived experiences of me, of people like you, experiences of sensing our dead around us, dreams of the dead, the experiences we have at deathbeds when people see things and hear things, all those really, in my mind, undeniable experiences. We can't deny someone's experience. Now, we can make different meaning of those experiences, but I take those experiences as real and genuine. And then the last thing that informs Sacred Deathcare is an archetypal understanding of ritual principles, that there's a fundamental structure to the architecture of ritual space, and different traditions will express those ritual principles in different ways. But that if we go back, and I'm saying me coming from a white Western dominant culture place, but larger than that too, if we go back to original principles, can we develop new cultural models that don't draw from existing cultures? We're not pulling anybody else's traditions. We're using those core principles to develop new traditions that have meaning and value for us. So that, I have to tell you, even saying that and putting that together is exciting for me to name as a kind of clarification of where this comes from and where we're going. And I'm just so excited to be on this journey and to have such an amazing group of folks who have been on it and continue to be on it with me. So may we go wonderful places with this.